Many fishermen fish with just artificial bait. In a tournament, that's generally all you can use for bass. It's not the only way to catch fish. Many people use bait of some kind, natural bait. Most common would be something like a night crawler or trout worm or bread if you're fishing for panfish or something like that. But there is one way to catch live bait. Hi, my name is Gerry and I am a twin troller boat owner. There is one way to catch live bait. Minnows, golden shiners, things like that. How do you catch them? Well, one way is with a casting net. This particular one I'm going to show you is an unusual casting net. This is called a super spreader casting net. Woohoo! It is a little bit different than the average casting net. This is a regular casting net that you've probably seen people use, watched on TV, whatever. Let me just show you what this is, how it works. This is a lanyard and it goes around one of your wrists. If you're left-handed or your strong hand is your left hand, generally it goes around that hand. If you're right-handed, it goes around your right hand. I'm right-handed. And this floats so that when you throw this out, the idea is that you're going to hang on to this rope and get the net back, especially if it fell off your wrist. Now, there are what's called braille lines like this attached to a swivel so that this whole thing can twist and it just doesn't cause problems. Attached to that is the braille. The braille is just heavier monofilament. There's this little piece of plastic which keeps all the braille separated, and then the braille goes down inside the net all the way right through the middle down to the bottom, and at the bottom the braille is tied on to this line. This line's got lead pieces all the way around it, and this is the circumference of the net. So that braille attaches here, attaches here, attaches here, goes all the way around the circle. And that's what you use to close the net up after you trap the fish in it. A lot of people look at a casting net as very difficult to use, something that you'd never be able to figure out on your own, and they don't want to try using this. They're intimidated by this. It's not hard to use. One of the disadvantages, it can be expensive. They can tear. It's made of mesh, different size holes, and they can get ripped, and you got to figure out how to fix it if you have to. But it's not a big deal. Now, one disadvantage of a casting net is many techniques put the net on your body somehow. Whether it's pieces like this, you see them throw it over their shoulder, and you get all wet once you throw it the first time. It's dry when you come to the water from home. But one disadvantage of a casting net in the normal methods that people show you how to throw this is that you get wet. But I'm going to show you a way you won't get as wet as you normally do. These nets come in different sizes, and the net is generally referred to as, if this is the middle of the net, the circle, when it expands out it's twice that size. So this would be, this is like, I'm 5'10", this is about 6 foot tall, so this would be considered to be a 6-foot net. By the time it opens up, that could be 12 foot. That's a pretty good size. And that's the way how you buy them. You buy them in different sizes. You buy them in different mesh sizes, the little squares, and you buy them with different amounts of lead on that bottom line. A good rule of thumb is the lead would be about a pound per running foot of line. Now, some are less, some are more, depending on where you're trying to throw. If you're trying to throw something That's a bigger net that has tighter mesh, and it creates resistance, so in the water it takes a little while to get down. You don't want your bait to go out the bottom. Well, then maybe you need more lead on the line, or you need bigger mesh. But if you're catching something that is a big bait, you don't necessarily want small mesh like this, because this size mesh would sink slower than bigger holes would be. That kind of makes sense. So this is probably a really good size. I think this is a 3/8 inch mesh. Probably a really good size for catching golden shiners, the kind that you're primarily looking for if you're going to maybe catch bass or pike or any freshwater species. You can even throw this in saltwater, but they do make different nets for doing different applications. What's a net that would be good for throwing from a twin troller? Well, if you're a little bit experienced at throwing them, this probably isn't too bad of a size. Another probably good net would be one a little bit smaller that would work well in the twin troller. Remember, twin troller is pretty stable. You can stand up, you can fling it, but you're probably not going to throw a giant net that way. So maybe this size net or smaller would be what you would want. This is another net that's very much like the other net that I showed you. And it has this ring, and it helps you throw the net if you're not that experienced. Same idea, a lanyard, comes down to a swivel, comes down to braille. There's actually a horn like was on the other one, but then this aluminum ring is attached to the net itself. Then it comes all the way down, and there's braille on it, and there's lead on the bottom. Well, this one works a little bit different. I hope you liked my video. If you did, please subscribe, or give me a thumbs up, or share it with some friends. Leave a comment below. Maybe even push that bell right down there, and you will get notice when I put out another video. Thanks for watching.